Yo, what's happening, guys? This is Flo. I'm here with D. So, Lakers, Russell Westbrook, trade rumors, back at it again. It seems like the Lakers are being linked as a third team to help facilitate a trade for Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz to the New York Knicks. Obviously, the Lakers are most likely trying to get rid of Russell Westbrook. What this full deal entails is not quite there yet. But D, what do you think they're going to ask for? What assets do you think they're going to ask from the Lakers? What assets do you think the Lakers are going to try to ask in return? What do you think?
It's going to be a toss-up what the Lakers are going to ask for. They'll probably ask for some second-round picks, but more than anything, they just want to get rid of Russell Westbrook and his contract. And the Lakers are notorious for doing this and shooting themselves in the foot. As you guys remember, for a while before we got LeBron, it took us a while to sign people and rebuild a team because we shot ourselves in the foot with signing Mozgov and Luol Deng to those stupid contracts. And I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, last year, right? Luol Deng, we barely got rid of his contract. It was almost 8 years. I felt like this fucker was with us and he didn't even play a game with us. And so now, because we listened to LeBron and the owners and Rob Pelinka decided to trust him and it didn't work out with Russell Westbrook, again, we shot ourselves with a foot because we can't really sign or trade for anybody because we don't really have any assets because we put it all in Russell Westbrook. And you guys saw what happened last year. He didn't produce. And right now, with adding Patrick Beverley and with the young core players we have, the 3 and D players, he's obviously not going to fit well with us. And so that's going to be the main focus, is just to get rid of Russell Westbrook so we could just open up cap.
Yeah, so for me, I'm just wondering what they're going to do. Obviously, I like the sound of getting Russell Westbrook off the team, but it's just going to be dependent on what the other teams also want in return to take on that Russell Westbrook cap. Are they going to ask for both first-round picks? I would be willing to pay to get rid of one of them. I wouldn't mind getting one of them to just get rid of Westbrook. And then as far as the Lakers of what they should ask for in return, I'm looking at probably the Knicks over the Jazz players. I like Julius Randle. It doesn't seem like him and the Knicks are kind of meshing well anymore. Or a guy like Cam Reddish, a spot-up shooter, still young, a la Malik Monk of last year. A lot of people were already kind of waving him off, and then he comes to the Lakers, has a breakout season that has to do with probably guys like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. He has one of his better seasons. We got him for the cheap. I think they could do that again if they get a guy like Cam Reddish. Obviously, Julius Randle is more of a polished player, and Cam Reddish is more of a kind of long shot player like Malik Monk was last year. So that's how I would do it. I would say get rid of one first round pick and Russell Westbrook and try to go after one of those two guys. I would like that trade for the Lakers.
Same. I would like the Cam Reddish, but again, for at least for me, I will take anybody on that roster, preferably more than Knicks, but I'll take anybody on that roster just to get rid of Westbrook, just because, again, right now we're pretty much stuck with him, and there's only a handful of teams. So this looks like our best scenario to do a 3-team trade, because if we were going to try to do a 1-on-1 trade, again, we don't really have any assets to go with Russell Westbrook. All of our guys are pretty much new, they're all rookies, and again, this is going to be hopefully get this deal done so that we just open up the salary cap.
Yeah, and I think it's a possibility because obviously the Jazz look like they're taking. I'm assuming that's going to be the team that takes Russ because Donovan Mitchell is going to the Knicks. And obviously the Jazz, Danny Ainge, it seems like he wants to tank. He's pretty much been trading everyone off this offseason. Rudy Gobert, Joe Ingles, I know Mike.
Not to mention getting rid of Dan Schneider, the head coach, who actually took them deep in the playoffs multiple times. So I was kind of shocked about that too.
Yeah, he's pretty much gutting that whole organization, starting over. Obviously, you take Westbrook for the 1 year. Yeah, that's bad, but then he's off your books, and then you let all these new guys kind of get experience. So I could see why the Jazz might take Westbrook. So I do think that's a possible trade scenario. A lot of things have been floated around because obviously we're the Lakers, so we constantly have. But as far as making basketball sense, I think this one makes the most basketball sense for all 3 teams involved.
Yeah, and all those players they named are also, I like the Julius Randle, Cam Reddish. Also, because we have also a young core, I would also like to see that maybe also a vet, because I think the only vets we have right now are LeBron, AD, and Pat Bev. So just to get some vets in there, and then that actually help us, because the whole goal, like I said in multiple videos, right now the goal is to get in the playoffs. Right now, we didn't even make it to the playoffs the year before. We got bounced out of the first round of the playoffs. So right now it's just starting over. We got LeBron for 2 more years. So let's at least make the best for these like 2 more years.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about the Lakers, Knicks, and Jazz in a potential 3-team trade. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.